Welcome back, guys, to UC Organics 2021. Want to give you guys a update on the fruit that we're growing this year, to show you the process, how we're maintaining and balancing our trees, our vines, and the overall appearance. So the first we want to start with is the plum tree. Now the plum tree, as you can see, we've got lots and lots of plums all over the tree. Now, what I've noticed with plum trees is we have a pest problem with the plum tree, aphids. And as you can see, it's very windy today. So I've tried a couple of things with the plum tree to control the aphids. And I can show you what's actually happening. I don't think we'll get a good shot of it. It's pretty cloudy today. So the ants are actually harvesting from the aphids. So we've tried vinegar and water. The next thing we're going to try is neem oil. And we're going to see if that controls the process of the aphids and see if we can keep them from actually destroying the tree in the fresh new leaves. So overall, the plum tree is very healthy. Last year we got about 15 plums off of this tree because it was so young. This year we're gonna let it glow. We're gonna let it go full blast and see what happens. Um, and as you can see, we've got plums everywhere, all over. So we'll keep you updated on those and see what actually goes on with the plum tree. Now the cherry tree is not doing very well. I don't actually see any cherries on here this year. It had lots of flowers and blooms, but it's not doing anything. Now it could be because of the frost that we got a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, they look like they're actually dead. We usually get a few cherries. I have to fight with the robins. Actually, there's a cherry right there. But it doesn't look like we're going to do very well this year. But that's okay. I mean, that's nature. Some years you do well and some years you don't. Now, as you can see, let me step back. Our blackberries. Massive. Absolutely massive. We have blossoms over the entire blackberry vine. Now this is just the first 24-foot section, and as you can see, we have blackberries all the way down flowering. We have some that haven't even flowered yet. I mean, it is super massive. So looks like we're gonna have a very good harvest. Now I can tell you, I do have to net the blackberries because if I don't, the birds would devour, absolutely devour these blackberries, and we wouldn't get any. These are the new blackberry plants that I just put in this year. Osage. I've got 6 plants, and it looks like they're getting ready to do some flowering this year as well. And as you can see, I've got mulch down. That is to control weeds and retain moisture. So all in all, this is a total of 72 feet. My blackberry vines is 72 feet long from one end of the yard to the other end. Now on this end, these are triple crown. Now triple crown is a late blackberry. As you can see, it's just starting to put buds for flowers. As to that one has already started developing flowers and actually developing blackberries. So I get to harvest blackberries almost all season. early and in the late season. So that works out very well. As you can see, this is another 24-foot section. Let me give you a different view. So we're just trying to maintain and balance what we're doing in the yard so that you don't get an overabundance one year and then nothing the next year. And it just takes a little bit of finessing. It can be done. Now the apple tree last year did very well. This year, there are no apples on the tree this year. So that could also be because of the frost. It came through for 2 days, and that was last month in April. And it got down into the 30s, even 28 degrees. So it did wreak havoc on the garden this year. So all in all, the strawberries survived. The blackberry survived, the plum survived, the cherry tree did not, the apple tree did not. So what we want to do is we just want to make sure that the tree stays healthy, provide it with all the nutrients that we need to provide it with so that next year it comes back and gives us the productivity that we want. So all in all, just wanted to give you an update on the fruit that we are growing. Obviously, the strawberries are doing very well. We've got massive amounts. But the blackberries are doing extremely well. And just a second view of what the blackberries look like. Sorry for the noise, guys, but it is very windy today, cloudy. But as you can see, just a plethora of blackberries on these vines. And you can also see the new vines growing for next year. That is the new blackberry vine for next year. So we've got several new vines already popping up through the mulch. And so it looks as if we're going to have a good harvest this year as well as next year. So just a quick update and to show you what's going on and to keep you guys informed. As I always say, UC Organic, backyard gardening. Anyone can do it, guys. All you have to do is get started. Until next time, happy gardening.